bunch of toxic males. It's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge, with Alora OG Star Wars girl, Geeky Candy, and your hostess with the mostess, Mary Mayhem.
Greetings and salutations, as one John Campius says, and welcome to Toxic Femininity. It's been too damn long. Yeah. Unfortunately, Alora Star Wars girl is not with us tonight, but we have a few ladies taking her spot for now. We got Mara Jade. How you doing? Say hello.
Hello, I am Mara Jade. I am off camera because I'm currently fighting a headache, and I just got out of 3-hour-long class not too long ago, so I'm still feeling the effects pretty much. But Jade Shadow is my channel name. You can look me up that way. I've started officially uploading videos since November, so I talk sometimes Star Wars, but mainly DC and pop culture, movie news, and so forth.
All right. And also with us is Stephanie. How you doing? My nerdy home. And you're looking good. And your new Toxic Femininity t-shirt, just like Geeky Candy and Mary are as well. We've got those for sale now. The link is below in the description, and I'm going to throw it up in the chat as well. There's all kinds of choices for colors and makes and styles and all that kind of stuff. Check that out if you want one of these fine Toxic Femininity t-shirts. But also with us, we have Geeky Candy back again. How you doing?
Hey there. Happy National Women's Month, and we have a month too.
Oh, you got a month
and we've got
too?
A day. Yeah, it's Women's Month.
Well, I thought Twitter just said it was today, so
it is. Well, there is a day. There's also a month. Unless because there's some guys that are trans that are taking credit for movies that are actually for women's. They said for Women's Month, and I was surprised that they are the ones getting the credit for Women's Month when they're not biological women. But that's a whole nother story. So unless that article lied to me and said there is no such thing as Women's Month, I don't know what I'm thinking. But that's where I got it from. So probably fake news. Yeah.
How did you just say all that without a breath? That's beyond me. And last, but definitely not least,
one of my many talents, Tom.
The mistress of mayhem herself, the one, the only Mary Mayhem, who's a little bit under the weather, but she's still with us.
Just a little bit under the weather. But hey, guys, I'm here, and I do love this show. And I have a shirt, too. It's here. Hold on. I have a lot of hair. Park Hoppins in the chat. I saw you. Yeah, I don't like standing up because it's...
Yeah, you can just pull it up so people can see it. But
it's a
Park
thing.
Hoppins, awesome. Check them out sometime. Yeah. I post vids on there.
See? But yes, they are wearing their new Toxic Femininity t-shirts that you can get from the link in the description, or the one I dropped just recently in the chat.
Look better than I do. So.
Aw, we'll get you a different one. We'll get you a purple one. How's that sound?
I like the black. I just, my boobs are so big.
Oh, you're fine. Raging Rhino sent us an Australian 99-cent super chat. Didn't say anything, but just sent us the tip. So thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Indeed. Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Bear with me. Yes, I see you guys. I'm just a little sick. It's going to be fine. I'm sucking down some hot tea with honey and lemon, and I'm nice and doped up. So...
She's a trooper tonight, you guys. Send her some love in the chat for doing this tonight, because I probably wouldn't be here if I was having issues like that right now. So she's like,
it's coronavirus.
It's not corona.
It's every woman. It's not beer. It's not beer flu. It's not beer flu.
Totally.
We don't say the other word here.
I think it's swine flu.
Yeah, we can't say the other word.
Oh, sorry. It's definitely swine flu, guys. Mad cow disease, actually, is what I think it is.
It's SARS-2 electric boogaloo.
I would prefer the wine flu. If there is such a thing, that sounds like something that's more up my alley than swine, but I would take that. I'd be like, yeah, y'all, I'm stricken with the wine flu.
You and every other mother in America is like, I would totally give anything to get that wine flu right now myself.
I'd be down for the wine flu. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm immune to it currently, but one day.
Right.
Wine is like mommy's juice box, pretty much.
So yeah, if anybody hasn't heard, we have a toxic femininity baby on the way. We have actually one more female panelist that is in the oven. That is right.
Hold on. She's baking. She's baking.
Well,
I don't know if you can
all
even
of
see
that.
it. It's like, woo!
Well,
Representing the next
Mama.
gen.
Yeah. I did my 20-week. I know everyone cares about this. That's why y'all came. Got my 20-week checkup on her, which is where they check the brain and the head and the spine and all that kind of stuff. And she is good to go. So today was a very nerve-wracking day. But for everyone who was asking in the chat, thank you for caring. And I'm glad today's over. So we're really happy.
Tell her to hurry up.
Hey,
We
it's a
need a
girl.
mascot.
Yeah, she's gonna be a little Fandom Menace baby.
We'll get her a little jumper that says TF on it. And...
Yeah, and she's gonna love alpha men who are big into traditional roles.
I like rolls with butter.
Yes.
She's gonna love those big, strong, toxic, masculine men. The ones who are.
She's gonna love a man to open the door for her, even though she can open it herself. Yes.
Right.
But she shouldn't have to because she just got her nails done. God darn it. No. All right, let's get into some news.
All right. I should have screen shared this before, but I just didn't think to do so. So I'm going to do that right this second. Birds of Prey. Now, this is going to be a whole lot of fun. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to find out here in a moment.
While you're doing that, we got one super chat real quick.
Well, while you're
from...
doing that, Tom.
Yes.
Sorry, Tom.
No.
Well, you're doing. I was like, maybe you can mention a rundown of the topics for tonight.
Oh yes, we have in the news. I'm going to do the super chat and then I'll do that. B Winst sent us $2. Mary is marvelous for powering through this. Yes, she is. Thank you so much for showing up, Mary, even though you did not have to. I gave her the option. We still went forward. So.
Yes.
She persisted. Yes. She persists.
Yes.
In the news tonight, the director of Birds of Prey has decided to speak out and say that the whole patriarchy thing, I was right about it. But anyway, and then move on.
There we go.
Moving on with other news, we also have a hell of a Black Widow trailer. I was so impressed with that. We'll talk about that a little bit, see what the ladies think about that. And there's also some She-Hulk talk about who should play She-Hulk. So we'll get into that, and I think of maybe one or two other things, maybe if we got the time here. But first and foremost, we have Mara here
and
for
Forbes,
I believe.
Got Ray.
Oh, and Forbes with Ray business.
Does Disney Plus really need a Ray show? They obviously need a Ray show.
She's all the Jedi, so she's all the Disney princesses. That's all we need.
Oh no.
Oh, she's everything.
Yeah.
Ray Skywalker.
Can we not? Please.
Please.
Look, I just got back to a state where I can keep food down. Can we not?
Ray Palpatine.
Oh God, this is the goal. Mm-hmm. If we can make Mary tonight with talking about Ray, here we go.
All right. We got this here. I'm gonna try to kind of basically glaze over this here. I might not read the entire thing, but the article itself is nauseating. And if you'd asked yourself when you saw the film, when you saw Birds of Prey, and you said to yourself, that wasn't too woke, that wasn't too bad, then you might have missed the intent behind it. And look, I myself was like, hey, it really wasn't all that woke, and at least in terms of how it was conveyed on screen. But the intent was certainly to be woke, and we know that from the director herself of the actual film. So the Birds of Prey director Kathy Yan reveals she pitched the Birds of Prey as a film to smash the patriarchy. This comes just from bounding into comics. So Birds of Prey, based on a read of the script by Ewan McGregor, has been frequently called a feminist film. Let me see here. All right, so it's been frequently called a feminist film. As a matter of fact, director Kathy Yan revealed her vision for it wasn't far from the mark. As a matter of fact, she wanted to, in her own words, make girls want to smash the patriarchy and display the worst of modern womanhood. Yan, who only directed one other movie before being hired for Birds of Prey, detailed in a new interview with The New Yorker how she pitched the film to Warner Brothers. I put together a sizzle reel, but it was not a typical sizzle reel. Yan says she put together real clips from the ABC reality show The Bachelor, a De Beers commercial, and President Trump's infamous comments recorded by Access Hollywood. So she put them to a tune, a remixed version of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, a song Harley sings in the movie. Dressed as Marilyn Monroe was in A Gentleman Preferred Blondes. She stated, scenes from Bachelor Proposals, the De Beers Diamond commercial, Kim Kardashian's vampire facial, anchors talking about women, Trump saying grab them by the see stuff that might make a girl want to smash the patriarchy. After I showed the video, there was just silence. This is your director right here, guys. This lady right here.
The intent was likely there, but she failed miserably.
Yes, she did. And I can imagine the silence in that room. They were probably like
dumbfounded, pretty much. Like,
well, women didn't even go see this film. Let it in.
We can't say no because then
it sounds like an Adderall fueled, like nightmare reel of what women like are looked at when they're literally called crazy bitches.
Right.
Well, yeah.
She makes me want to go take Exegol and forget about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like in this one article I read where they said that they were like fighting everyday misogyny. I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? Like, what is everyday misogyny? It's like I don't know, just normal hate women behavior in men versus like flat out how do I put this? Basically like raging hate women misogyny, which is generally what it is.
Well,
just makes us look more hormonal.
Yeah.
And that nobody wants that.
I agree.
I don't understand why they thought that this was going to be beneficial, right? Because it didn't work out. It didn't work out for anybody. It didn't work out for them. Didn't work out for us. Nobody went to see this film. It was, you worried more that you went into this, right? This is why we say go woke, go broke, right? Because your intent going into this, she stated this, was not to tell a comic book story. It wasn't to tell a story about these characters that are known or loved. That was never your goal here. Your goal was to inspire girls to smash the patriarchy. But the problem with that
and you know what? That is why this was a Birds of Prey movie and not a Gotham City Sirens movie. Because can you imagine a woke Poison Ivy?
It wouldn't happen.
No, I know.
No,
there's no such
not
thing.
at all. There is no such thing as a woke poison.
No,
that is why this.
What would her costume look like? Oh, that'd be so sad. That'd be so sad.
What kills me is you bring up Gotham City Sirens, and they could have still had a Birds of Prey film with the Gotham City Sirens, and checked off the LGBTQ community checkbox because Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy get into a romantic relationship.
That is true. Mm-hmm. But no, the easiest target, men. That's just the easiest thing.
Because men
bad. Well, men like you and McGregor.
Because man bad, yeah. That's true.
It's like, if you're white and straight and male, it's the unholy trinity to feminist and social justice warriors.
I think it's just these girls have it out on all the men in Hollywood because those are the only men they're around. Those are the only men they know about. Those are the only men that they're friends with. And so they really hate men so much. It obviously speaks volumes to the caliber of men out in that city. That's all I can say.
That's a very good point.
So true.
I mean, they need to come out to one of those flyover states and meet a real gentleman. And I'm just saying it might change a viewpoint or two.
Just saying. Come to Texas. Come to Texas. The men
go to Texas.
Go to Texas. Come to Texas. The men here are nothing but respectful. They hold the door open for you, and you know what we say? Thank you.
That's where I went
fishing myself.
That's where I went fishing for all my men. It was Texas. And, I have to say I was successful.
Texas seems like a good spot for guys. I will say it's possible to have a respectful gentleman, someone who treats you like a lady without having a complete and utter cuck on your hands, right?
Very true.
To still deal with a strong, empowered guy, someone who's capable of being aggressive or assertive in the ways that is really required, I think, of men, but not have an asshole on your hands.
It's like look at Busy Phillips' husband.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, you want to know what a beta looks like? That the one that was screaming about abortion, she looked like a fembot.
Oh no! I know who she is. I
Mhm.
just don't know who her husband is.
I've never seen her.
I've never seen her
if you ever
husband.
want to Google Busy Phillips and her husband, he looks like you would imagine, and it's really funny. And it was just I wanted to look at who allows her to top him in sex, because she obviously is the dom, and that was what I imagined, and it came out to be true. So yeah, and he has a leader beard. You know, the leader beards where they're able to pull you around by the beard instead of leaf. That's what.
God.
Yeah.
What
Yes,
is
you
Good
got it. Sorry.
Anastasia.
There's my tangent for the night. I've got many of them, I'm sure, but yeah. There you go.
Have you seen AOC's boyfriend?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I'm
She
sorry.
definitely wears the pants and strap on in that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, but these are the women that complain about the men, and I just think the men they see are a bunch of
Well,
maybe complaint worthy.
For some context about what we're
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that chick that was in White Chicks. Now I retweeted this out myself the other day, and I was like, "Lady, you're crazy." She was up on the podium preaching about how her life wouldn't be so wonderful, so great, if she hadn't had an abortion when she was 15 years old. I'm sitting over here going, first of all, you're crazy, and like screaming. We're not talking about like passioned in speech. No, this woman was a shrill banshee up on that stage, shrieking about how important it was to murder her baby when she was 15 years old. Otherwise, she wouldn't have had the glorious life that is having a role in White Chicks.
And
What the hell is wrong with you people?
And
Yeah.
and also
I saw
not
my
only
baby
that.
at 19 weeks today, 19 weeks and 3 days, and in many states you can still have an abortion at that point in time, and it's like a real baby. It's like a real baby. The baby is like a big baby right now, it's over the size of a banana, like that's from the head to just the tushy, and I can't imagine just going looking at it and being like, for whatever reason, and I understand there's some horrible reasons that could lead someone to think that way, but just to do that, it's just like, oh man, you feel it moving in you and stuff, and it's just like, that's a tough call to make. But these are women in Hollywood, and their careers are I mean, she's probably done a lot more than have an abortion to get her career, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah,
Well, if she's a part of Hollywood, then probably.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, totally.
Because Hollywood, they comment on stuff that goes on in Hollywood, and that's where the disconnect is, right? Because none of that shit happens in the real world, and if it does, it gets dealt with. Hollywood, they just turn a blind eye, and then shit comes out, stuff comes out, and everybody's like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, wait, no, it happened to me too. Yeah, it happened. It happened.
So,
I agree. Totally agree.
Hashtag me too.
And so despite all that, they have to say, we want to smash the patriarchy because we're still not getting, what we deserve and all this, that. And here we have like some Disney movies that are still getting banned in other countries because they show a lesbian kiss or something like that. I'm like, do you know you're in America? Do you know?
That takes me off so bad. They act so woke, but then they pull that kind of nonsense. It's one of the things that frustrates me so much about this entire culture is that they're out there they're on their little podium, right? They're unearned moral superiority. They're out there claiming that they are morally righteous compared to the rest of us, killing their babies, fine, whatever. Oh, we believe in LGBTQ rights, unless of course it messes with our money, and then we get mad, or we just take it out altogether. Birds of Prey is sitting here and talking about how important it is to make girls smash the patriarchy, but you went woke, and then you're mad that your movie failed. You're mad that your movie flopped. Why don't you blame the women that you were aiming it at that didn't go see it, instead of blaming men who you didn't make it for?
Maybe they'll get there eventually, like they did Charlie's Angels. There's like a process they have to go through first to get to that point. But there's a lot of finger pointing along the way. So
well, it's like when you tell half the audience the movie is not for them, and then act surprised when they don't go see it.
Yeah,
and then blame them for not coming to go and see it.
It's like
when more than half of the audience that actually went to go see it initially were men.
Yeah.
So, hey, blame women.
Pretty much.
Right? We're the
It's like, where were you? Why didn't you show up? I thought you're all for this movement. Why
Oh,
didn't you show up to our movie?
And we're supposed to give a shit about smashing the patriarchy, Steph. We're supposed to inherently care, believe that there is a patriarchy, and then B, give a damn about smashing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said smash.
It's like they have to keep the patriarchy alive to have a cause to fight for. Otherwise, that they would realize that they have no purpose in life.
Well, because
they're fighting for it with that, because there really is. I think there's toxicity on both sides. It's basically within the human race, not just men, not just women. You're going to have assholes for both genders. So it's just to lay it all out on one. When it's non-existent, you would have to admit that your cause is basically just that, moot at this point.
Well, I've sorted it out. I feel like I've sorted this out. I have a generation of movie makers who aren't that good, and in order to get their films and their movies made, they have to rely on their gender in order to get them asserted in there, because they're just not that good, and because everybody's gone woke or whatever, it's politically incorrect to keep these people out. So instead of demanding excellence from the filmmakers who you hire and pushing forward the most equipped for the job, the people who have the most talent or the most skill or whatever, you push forward people because you're scared that you're scared you're going to get attacked for not hiring enough women, for not hiring woke people, right? And so now we've got this generation of incredibly terrible movie makers who rely on that platform, the unearned moral superiority, in order to get their movies made in the first place. This can't continue. This is a really vicious cycle.
One thing that's important is to maybe pull people from different parts of the country to do movies like this. I just did a quick search on where this lady's lived in her life, because I'm curious if my thoughts of maybe where she's seen most men in her life panned out. So she started in DC, moved to New York City, and then now is in Los Angeles. So, and she's not married. So now you know.
Why do you think she's not married? I'm sure.
I'm just saying.
Smell is a deterrent.
Don't read too much into
Because
it.
every guy walks in, sees 30 fucking cats, and
Dude.
then
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
She's probably her own worst enemy at this point.
Yeah.
She's got the kind of Twitter feed that if a guy were to see it, he'd be like, I know I'm going to be the next Me Too like person on there, and I'm not going to risk that. So check you later, bitch. Yeah. I don't blame him.
For sure.
I don't blame him.
okay, I'll be good. I won't do that so much anymore. Probably.
I like it. Please.
Dude, I'm sure the cat smell isn't a
that one. Then you guys can still
Yeah,
talk.
the
The
cat
rest of
smell.
it, yeah.
You married I'm sure the cat smell is too bad. Probably got a couple of them. Yeah. Uh-huh.
like you got like 14 litter boxes lined up. Have you ever seen a hoarder? I actually used to have a hoarder in the town that I lived in when I was a little girl growing up. We had a lady actually down the street from me who hoarded cats, and the smell was atrocious.
Oh,
So bad. It was so bad. And like the woman was married, and the only thing I could ask myself was, he was in the military or whatever, and he was not home ever. And I understood why. I really did understand why, because the smell was atrocious.
Okay, I gotta say this, Mary, not to cut you off. I seen this on Twitter earlier. What the fuck is climate violence? Is it the climate doing violence against us, or us doing violence against the climate?
And climate racism is
What
another
the
thing.
fuck is that?
That was an Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren spoke about it in a town.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I
my Lord.
retweeted that tweet with the video in it, and I was like, so stunning, so brave, so utterly pointless.
It's like it's a villain in a movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
The climate's
Pretty
gonna
much.
kill us.
Huh.
Climate
Yeah.
violence is at an
Climate
all-time high.
violence. The result of a collision between acute weather conditions and acute social realities.
What
Also,
the
they're
fuck?
like
Wait,
really
hold on.
cute.
Hold on. So basically, so Mother Nature controls us. Is that it?
Cute one though.
Wait a minute. Reread that. That is some made up bullshit. No, I'm sorry. That is some straight up made up fucking bullshit. I can smell it from here.
Oh Lord.
So not obtuse. It's acute.
It's not a real thing. Okay.
It's the result of a collision between the acute weather conditions and acute social realities.
That is bullshit.
Wait,
That
What is a
means
social
nothing.
reality? What's a social reality?
What the hell
Like,
does
does
that even mean?
the climate affect violence?
I
affect
hate these
social
definitions
situations?
where you have to like look further in the definition to figure out what other words mean because you know it's a bunch of made up gobbledygook to try to push a point. I bet you whoever wrote that is probably from New York, DC, or LA as well.
I just see people.
Let me look and see where he's from.
I like the
and
the
it's better yet,
punchable
it's a he.
face. The punchable face says acute weather condition like a rainbow.
You got to see how it's spelled. I got to bring it up. A cute.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's what I was mistaking it for. Well, not purposefully, but it was fun.
You know
anyway.
what? If you want to fight against climate violence, is that what it is? Since there's all these abused fucking victims out there of climate violence now, they got to be a victim of everything. You know how you get them back? You get them back by buying one of these lovely toxic femininity t-shirts right here.
Ta-da! Yes, and by hitting that like button because we all know that the air loves that. So thank you, and the air appreciates it too.
All you got to do is follow the link in the chat right there, and you're gonna take you right to the webpage to buy a shirt. Get them while they're
tonight.
hot.
Yeah, there was a couple people on my Twitter feed asking about that, so I'm glad they are live tonight. Make sure to hit that link and grab yours while they're still there.
Yeah.
Grab them by the Toxic Femininity shirt.
Ooh, yes.
Grab them by the. I'm sorry. I have to grab them by the.
She's trying, poor girl.
I love you, Mary. I love
feel
you.
so bad for Mary.
She's a trooper.
I don't want your pity.
You want to make Mary feel better? I'll tell her tomorrow we sold 100 toxic femininity t-shirts, and that'll make Mary happy.
Buy your wife and girlfriend one, and if you don't have one, buy that girl that you're like eyeing on the internet. Give her one. I'm sure she has I'm sure she's got a PO box somewhere. Just send them.
What do you ladies got to read this?
I saw someone get punched by fog once. I need to show my tits to combat this.
What? Interesting.
Well, that's the video I retweeted. Basically, it's these women standing hand in hand in a line, topless, with climate violence written on their chests.
Oh my
I know.
God.
That's what I was talking about. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, that's why I was like, so stunning, so brave.
How the fuck did we get here?
Gosh, all this made up stuff. It's just so made up. It's infuriating. It makes you feel like you are either crazy because you don't get it, or maybe they're crazy and you feel sorry for them, or do you feel stupid because you're like, am I missing something that they're seeing that I'm not? No, they're just all crazy. They're just all crazy.
I hate to say it, but I think they need to get laid.
Oh man.
I don't think there's enough alcohol in the world for some of those women.
Hold on.
I don't know if anyone would risk it with a woman
I'm
like
not
that.
saying that. I'm just saying
No,
I
no.
think that's the
Hold
problem.
on. I've had it with that excuse. I need to get laid, and I don't
Right.
act like that. All right.
No, that's true. You
They
got
have a
point
toy
there.
for that. That's what they'll say.
That was unfair of me,
Oh,
Mary.
she's
I
about to
will
bring it out.
banish myself to the
Okay.
back room.
It's hard to go longer than I've gone, and it is not an excuse. Right?
Speak for
Oh, yeah.
yourself. Congo violence.
Damn it. No reason to act that way. I'm sorry.
Not at all. There is no reason to act that way. You just have to be I don't know, a bandwagon person, a person that's easily manipulated, a person that is, would be easily drawn into a cult.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Hey,
Have no spine. Have no spine.
there ain't no violence in the Congo. Just killer monkeys. Killer monkeys. They will eat you. That's all. I am Frankie Marshall. Have a good day.
Okay. Right. I don't know, how do you respond to that?
I'm doing coke in the bathroom.
So was Busy Phillips before she got on and ranted about her abortion when she was
Yeah,
a kid.
but is she hiding from Kathleen Kennedy? I don't think so.
Goodness. I can't keep up with this. I'm trying. My
Busy
wit can only go
Phillips.
so far.
Go buy the movie Congo.
Oh my god.
As an incel, I take offense to all of it. I do not have HIV. Oh my god, the chat. I'm not
Sorry, chat.
dying. I don't have HIV. I'm just a little sick.
I got the sniffles, all right? It's not HIV, okay?
Oh my god.
let's not jump to conclusions. They don't have the beer flow. Okay.
I turned the camera off so I could stuff toilet paper up my nose.
Use tampons like the little ones.
You said that earlier. I cannot.
I did?
Who
Okay.
said that earlier? Somebody said that earlier. There's no way a tampon is going up my nose.
I told you to stuff toilet paper.
That's yes.
Yeah.
Toilet paper up the nose.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's just cotton. Okay. I have no shame.
It's too big around.
Mary,
You gotta get the little starter pack ones.
They make
Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, chat. We have geared way.
Yes.
Wait, we took a tangent to Tangent Street down the road, and it's like we're gonna bring it back now, y'all.
Mhm.
We're gonna
Yeah.
take a 3-point turn. Let's turn the bus around. Let's go back. Have we thoroughly talked about this Bop article, or is there more to shame this director on?
I just think it's funny. Because the whole, we tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, right? We really did try. And so we sort of sat there in that place where we went in, a lot of us, even Fandom Menacers, we went in with an open mind. People who wanted to like this movie, right? And still went in there and were completely and utterly disappointed in it. And it's because you look at it and you can tell they approached this with an agenda in mind, as opposed to genuine love for the content or the material. And so that's what's frustrating to people. So yes, go woke, go broke, because inevitably when you go woke, you're going to make a subpar content. You're going to make subpar material. And so yeah, it shows. Even if the movie itself didn't scream feminism at me, you can tell that the agenda wasn't in place. The agenda wasn't what it needed to be, right? What they wanted was to put something out that was about something else, as opposed to the actual characters that they were creating it about. And so that's why we wound up with what we got. So yeah, go woke, go broke. And if you don't like the fact that women didn't support your movie, don't blame men, blame the women.
Or just blame Trump.
Exactly.
Because that's really everyone ever does anyway. And it seems to work. So continue
Exactly.
on.
Blame the women. They didn't
Orange
go see
man
it.
bad, pretty much.
Orange Mad Bad. They didn't see it. More men went to see it than women did. Just saying.
I
saying.
saw it once.
I
Once
saw
was
it.
enough for me. I saw
Yep.
the damn ticket stub somewhere.
I went and saw it once. My sister went and saw it once, and that was enough. It pissed me off. I wasn't going to go see it again.
And I wanted
And
some more
I
DC. I want this to be a DC year, because
Oh.
I'm like, F Disney. I'm so tired of Disney right now. I'm so frustrated with all the articles I've been seeing coming out. I'm just like, all these remakes they're trying to do. I'm like, stop. They're fairy gods, the genderless fairy godmother and Cinderella. I'm gonna go on and on. I'm just saying, you guys, God, Disney.
I totally agree.
Just like Disney.
I totally agree. Because DC could totally come back hard, right?
Wonder
Nobody's
Woman.
nobody's really into the next phase of Marvel.
Yes.
Nobody's really into it. So
This is what
DC could have come back super hard. And you know what? When I did my reaction video to the Birds of Prey trailer, I was like, I don't know. It looks like trash. And you know what? The movie was fucking trash.
Yeah.
Because I was so worried about this movie. So far, Aquaman, it was okay. It still did great. Shazam it was a really cute movie. It actually hit you in the feels and you weren't really expecting that, right? But this was the first movie that I was actually afraid of. I was nervous about this movie because it was Harley Quinn's first movie. Total DC girl, total Harley Quinn fan, absolutely love her. And I was just like, how are they going to do this movie without the Joker? Well, they didn't want the Joker apparently, so whatever. But this was the first movie that I was just like so nervous for. I knew it was going to take DC off of their winning streak. You had Joker. Joker freaking did amazingly well on such a tiny budget and only half the confidence in Warner Brothers to actually do well. And they probably had more confidence in this Birds of Prey movie than they did in the Joker movie.
Yeah.
And you know what? They bet on the wrong horse.
Yeah.
They completely bet on the wrong horse because they didn't have, according to this article, all they really wanted was agenda first, story second, characters third, because the characters are what matter. The characters are what matter in Birds of Prey, and they completely just slaughtered them. There was no shred of freaking characters in the movie. They wanted to take the sexuality out of the character. They wanted to take the badassery out of the characters. They wanted to take, the freaking comic book characters out of the characters. They were just characters in name only.
They could have done an emancipation of Harley Quinn. I really feel like they could have done it. But you can't do it before you establish the relationship that she had
Exactly
in the first place.
No.
Look,
Yes.
You can't do that, and you also can't do it without Poison Ivy.
And you can't do it without Poison Ivy.
Right.
Every single time that she has broken up or that her and the Joker split, Poison Ivy was there. And they had an opportunity, you're right, Mara, to do a great film and even have some LGBTQ stuff thrown in there with Poison Ivy and Harley's relationship. But they couldn't do that. And yeah, Jared Leto's Joker wasn't the best Joker, but you know what? That's the Joker that we were given.
Sure.
And he could have redeemed himself in this freaking movie. You know, he could have done better in this movie.
I really don't fault
But they didn't really
Leto
care.
from Suicide Squad because he basically
he was
for that film.
Yeah.
And
it's so funny because people were complaining like, you can't have Harley Quinn without the Joker in Suicide Squad. So they put him in there. He should have been the main villain, but whatever. They didn't have him as the main villain. You know, and now people are like, again, you can't have Harley Quinn without the Joker. And what did you see? The back of the Joker.
Steph, it's the same thing they did with Justice League. They jumped the gun. They're so determined to just move forward. They're so determined to push things forward before they're ready to be done. That's the big problem that I have with DC, is that they never stop to think about the actual world building, the universe building that needs to take place here before they can put this stuff out there. They keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And that's I know that's not the actual definition of insanity, but there's a reason that's a saying, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to start learning from the mistakes that you make. Build your universe, build your world. This could have been a smash hit if you'd taken the time to let us see her with Joker. Let us see her and the need for emancipation, right? Because as it stands, if you'd watched the animated series, you would understand the severe need for emancipation that Harley Quinn had, and then do it with Poison Ivy. Those were some of my favorite episodes of the animated series. Was her sort of venturing out on her own. I remember it was the first time I saw her without her face paint on and her entire outfit, and I realized that she was blonde, and I was like, oh my God, I love her so much. You know, it was such a wonderful arc for her, and it was something really fun to see, right? If you'd taken your time and done that, but no, you just keep jumping the gun, DC. You're our hope. You are the hope that we have, because Marvel looks like shit moving forward. I'm just going to be really frank about that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I want.
You said my name?
Yeah, I said no. No, like I'm not sure that I want to keep moving forward with the way that Marvel looks right now. And so I'm kind of holding on to DC, hoping, but they just keep hitting and missing and hitting and missing. And that's because they've got their heads up their ass. So
now they're trying to prime
they were on a very
Punchline's the new one they're trying to prime now for some
Punchline.
And it'll be interesting to see where they go with, you know, how much they're going to be developing her for possibly something in theater eventually or the like.
She's going to get more development later on, but for right now she's kind of just teased as the Joker's girlfriend. But I can go on about Justice League. I think it's completely different than Birds of Prey. That's a total different situation. # release the Snyder Cut. But but
I should be getting my shirt soon, hopefully.
Oh, yay. We can all wear it.
Yep.
Oh yes, release the Snyder Cut. Anyways, but yes, you're absolutely right. Like they did just a disservice to all of the characters. They did a disservice to all of the women characters, and that's what we are upset about because these are all great comic book characters that could have translated just completely amazingly, just freaking badass to the screen, and that's not what we got, and that's why we're afraid, or not afraid, mad and upset. But you know what? They were like, no, you're just upset because they didn't look sexy enough for you. No, you're just upset because it's about
in the animated series, and everybody still loved her.
No, yeah, she was covered head to toe.
Yeah.
Covered head to toe. You're just upset because this is, about going against misogyny. That's why you're upset. No, I'm upset because this is a damn stupid movie from start to finish. It didn't represent any of the characters well. They're better in the comics. Stick to the comics.
Yeah.
And and now with this article, yeah, we're totally valid in our criticisms of this movie because they didn't care about making a good comic book movie. They cared about pushing a political agenda. That's all they did. That's all they cared about.
A few more things I'll say about this is one, we should have seen the relationship with the Joker and Harley so that we could actually see why she would need emancipation. Because if you're going off Suicide Squad, she's still lovey-dovey with him.
Oh,
you would need Poison Ivy basically before emancipation because she is crucial in a lot of ways to what Harley Quinn goes through. 3, Harley Quinn I don't think works well as a solo movie outing, at least for the character. She works better when she's bouncing off of other characters.
Yeah, she does.
The best scenes of her in the movie is when she is going back and forth with another character, like the scene where she's talking to I refuse to say Cassandra Cain. I refuse to say it because that's not
Cassandra Cain.
The Short Round sister, basically. She's talking with the little girl in the car, and then her therapist mind comes out when she's talking to the girl.
Oh, that's her best. That's her best work when her therapist mind comes out.
Well, like when she's talking to her. And the only other scene that I liked with Harley Quinn and the little girl is when they're one little bit in the shopping scene where she's buying this stuff and she's like, well, that diamond's coming out one of two ways. Either this, and she pulls out like this Maalox bottle, or a knife. So which one do you want?
That was a good scene, but you know what ruined it for me? You know what ruined that scene for me? The fact that she's wearing her own merch.
Well, I know, like that ruined it for me, but like that was a Harley Quinn moment. She's like, you're either pooping it out or I'm cutting it out. It's not what you want.
God.
It's like there were moments, like you could see here and there moments, which is like what disappointed the hell out of me throughout that film, is because I can see where teeny tiny little nuggets of sanity were popping through in the script.
You can tell Margot Robbie had a real passion for the role. You can tell she really wanted to play this right, to do this right. And props to her for that, right? But at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do with the way it's written. So I like
that. Pretty much. I just noticed we have a pile-on of some super chats. You guys are super generous tonight, and we thank you very much so. So I'm going to start these off, and ladies, if y'all want to read some of these with me, I'd love that. We got from the DCV Titan, $2 Canadian. Ray is all the colors of the wind.
Oh my God.
If I had said it earlier, I would have sang the whole thing, but I got part of it in. There you go. Anyway.
Mary does not look enthused. That or she got a dick pic.
Yeah, I got a dick pic.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We've got Joseph. I can never say this name, but I'm going to go ahead and just let it go. Bienowix.
Nomad. It's Nomad.
Nomad.
$10. More medicine for Mary. You're a trooper. Mary is marching on to the whole panel. Greetings and enjoy the night. Thank you. That was very kind, and appreciate the $10 support for the channel and the show. We couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you guys for supporting us in that way. And if you haven't already, you can support us in another way by hitting that like button. And I think we've got almost 400, almost 450 in here, and only 188 likes that I see so far. So if we can can inch that number up a little bit, I know I'd appreciate it. I know these lovely ladies would as well. Let's see here. Mary, you want to take one?
I can. Where exactly are we at?
We're
I'll
at
do it.
Terminus.
Oh.
You got it? You know where you're at? Okay, go.
Yeah. Terminus, $5 super chat says, Rey's gonna start an all-female order of Jedi or Sith called the Birds of Rey. Winky face.
Oh my god.
She probably will do both.
Yeah. We got a $5 super chat from Sister Harrow. Hi, Sister Harrow, a big, long-time supporter of this channel. She says, "Hello, ladies." That's the
Hello.
only voice I can do.
Thank you so much. And Joseph came back with another $5. Says, okay, that's looking up redundant, and then it says see redundant. Yeah, that was the looking up what the climate. That I'm guessing that was the climate violence reference there. Stupid. Oh God, yeah. And we've got DCV Titan with a Canadian $5 also talking about that climate violence. The only climate violence is getting hit by lightning. And frankly, you probably did something to get it. Own that shit.
Own
like
it.
that. Damn straight. Like that. Oh my gosh.
I know when you can get hit by lightning in Mario Kart, then you can like be really. That was really funny. That was a funny stream the other day over on Game.
Yeah.
Somebody got hit.
That was-
Somebody shot the lightning out or whatever, and everybody was all pissed.
Speaking of, we had gaming with geeks in the chat earlier.
Oh my god.
Saw
I
that.
would play Mario Kart with my siblings, and I was like as close as white on rice to winning one round, and my brother like did that lightning thing. Not or
it's a savage move.
Like,
That and the
one of
blue
them
shell are the
did it.
worst.
I know.
Yeah.
I would
And
like
he
to
shot
point out-
past me, so I got second place, and I was like, just, like threw the controller.
I would like to point out that my hoe, Caffeinated Comics, Andrew, he was beast. He won that mess. Just saying.
He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
He's in the chat. Oh, by the way, hashtag caffeinated mayhem.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Do you want me to get the next one?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Next super chat comes from Terminus again with a $2 super chat. Mary's afflicted with the Simona virus.
What is that a reference to?
I don't know.
Simona virus.
Simona.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat what that means, Terminus. It flew by our heads, and we apologize. That reference.
I just see people, and I.
God damn it, Tom. Not that bad. Jesus.
I'm just picking.
We got
Did it fly by your head too, Tom? Could you tell me the reference,
I have no
please?
idea what the fuck it is.
Okay. While we're waiting for a response, hopefully Terminus will update us in the chat there. We'll go ahead and do Matthew Sturgis for a stunning $24.99. You guys rock. Mary, hope you get better.
Oh, I think it
ASAP.
means Gail Simone.
Oh, Gail Simone.
Can't do the voice.
She can do the voice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Next time. Next time.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna have to jump off because I gotta get up early, and I gotta.
All right,
take
well,
my
everybody
dog
check
out.
out Mara Jade's channel and be sure to subscribe.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Very much appreciated for this. And also, I'll plug the fact that I finally got an Instagram. So you can follow me here as well.
Welcome.
Yeah, I caved into peer pressure, so
it's a whole new world.
Yeah, it really is. All right, I'll see you all later. Good
Take
night.
care.
Bye, Maura.
Bye.
So I'll continue on where I left off. Matthew Sturgis with a stunning $24.99. You guys rock, Mary. I hope you get better ASAP. Thanks for touching it out.
I think toughing it out is what it's supposed to
Toughing
be.
it, probably, yeah. toughing
Okay, I was like, girl, I don't know that backstory, but I want to know.
All right,
Okay.
that is a Patreon exclusive Thanks.
Thanks for touching it out. And congrats.
I am so
to
glad I got
Candy.
your Patreon.
But Birds of Prey keeps digging the hole deeper. What a complete trash fire. Here's hoping Black Widow turns out better. I hear that. We're going to be talking about that Black Widow trailer here. Your ears must have been burning because we got that coming up. And I've got some positive things to say for once about a movie coming out, and I'm happy to be talking about it. So that's exciting. Steph, you want to take the next?
After Sturgis?
Yes, Joseph.
All right. Joseph Benowitz, again with a $20 super chat. Well, Mary, in regards to the comment, I'm trying to be good, lol. So I'm just saying, I'm here for your support.
I think because I'm an incel.
Linda!
Come back.
Linda, come back! I can't do it as good as you, but
Thank you guys for these super chats.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
So much love for Mary because she's so sick.
Yeah, we all love Mary. She's
Mary! Mary, come back!
And we've got Trace XL for $10. We wanted a decent film. They wanted to preach to us. This hasn't worked for years. I saw Bop opening night. It sucked. And it's Yan's fault. Corporations, listen up. Get woke, go broke. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, pretty much. Make sure you don't hire a cat lady that is obviously brings Trumpisms.
That's
to your
cat ladies. Okay.
I'm just saying it's part of the puzzle here. I have a feeling. Yeah, we've got fan art exhibit for Australian $2. Thank you so much for the support. And with that, I know we've got a couple more. I think we're going to save those other ones for the next time round. We've got another topic though that we want to get into tonight. Mary, what do we have up next?
So we don't have anything to share for this one. It's just the Black Widow trailer now. I believe all the ladies here have seen it. Yes.
Yes, I've seen it a lot.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
Once. I have seen it once. I shot a reaction for it just before it came on stream. Sorry.
It's okay.
I shot a reaction for it just before we came on stream. I really, really liked it. I liked it so much. It was so good. So look, the real star of this trailer, like the real star of this trailer. Oh God, ladies, help me out. I know the name here. I know the name, and it just went completely out of my head.
Scarlett Joe, Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. Why could I not remember that? Yes,
Taskmaster.
The real star of this trailer is Taskmaster, and it is glorious. You've gotten several shots of him just basically. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Taskmaster and what it is that he does is he kind of takes on the ability to sort of mimic other people's styles of combat, right? And so you see him standing there sort of watching Black Widow and the confrontation that she had in, what was it, Iron Man 2, I think it was, when we sort of are first introduced to her, absorbing her ability to fight there. We saw him do like a Wakanda Forever thing with his hands, and like, so we know that there's some Black Panther maneuvering going on there. We saw him do a lot of shield work, so we know that there's some Captain America. I want to say Captain America. There was a lot of shield work in this particular trailer. And so this was the real star of this particular trailer, and it looked glorious. And there was one moment where she sort of seemed, she was backing away from him. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, I think that's when I think that might be a moment when she has a hint of who that person is. I think that person's going to be someone close to her. I have a hot take on this. I'll let it go when it comes to me, but I got a hot take. Yes.
Terrified. She looked absolutely terrified in that moment, which was sort of jarring for me because that's not something that you see out of her very often. She looked genuinely scared, and she really should be if you think about it, because this guy can do all the things, all the things, just bam, like all of that being thrown at you at once. It's an absolutely horrifying situation, I think, to be in. And look, it seemed really dialed down the humor aspect of it. There were a couple of parts. The one in the truck where she was like, what's your plan? And she was like, get away from him. And she's like, that's a terrible plan, or something like that, right? That was not particularly nice, but overall, it had a really sort of Winter Soldier feel to it. I felt like I loved that about this because I love that movie. I love Winter Soldier. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. It's different. It's unique. It stands apart from a lot of the rest in its style and its approach to things. We could use more of that in the MCU. And this is just one of the few movies I'm looking forward to this year. There's not a lot I want to see this year. This is one of them.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm just going to add a little bit of other things to it that I found particularly enticing. The music of this trailer, fantastic. I looked up the composer. It's Alexandre Desplat, a very interesting name, who won 2 Academy Awards for Grand Budapest Hotel, Shape of Water, but also has done The Queen, The Golden Compass, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, a ton of other ones that almost everybody in the chat would recognize. The King's Speech. I mean, I could go on. And so this guy's a heavy hitter, and you could feel the music throughout it was very, it matched the action sequences so well. It matched sort of the mystery of what was going on in it too. I loved the music. I really picked up on that. The action sequences too. Fantastic. Oh. I thought they were, I mean,
top notch.
I want to see it. There's sometimes I think Marvel just goes overboard with certain types of action sequences, like over and over again. This felt like a lot of different kinds partially because Taskmaster, he does so many different kinds of fight styles. I feel like that it almost forces this mix into it. And I like that. I think that's a unique thing to this film. So I think also them structuring their trailer releases to where you're getting a little bit more of Taskmaster, a little bit more, and now you get a lot. This is obviously they know this guy's the star, okay? And I think that the reveal of who this person really is going to be the big thing in this movie. I think it's going to be the biggest thing of this movie because we already know, the star's going to live. Not everyone in her family might, but the star's going to live. I mean, because she's got to fight another day, which is unfortunate that they had to have it timed like that because this movie seems like it could have been really well done before Endgame. But that aside, one certain cast member just got a secondary character added to their roles. And that would be the David Harbour, the guy that plays Jim Hopper, the guy that plays Red Guardian. So he has another role. I don't know what that role is. If they go the route of bad dad, I'm going to be pissed. That's my only caveat here. If it ends up being, and it's weird because I see Taskmaster and I'm like, the body build looks different. It doesn't look like how we see Red Guardian. But then again, and this is just my speculation because he got an extra role and I just don't know what that role is. So it could be something else.
The shield work was what threw me off. Now, look, I don't claim to know a whole lot about Red Guardian. But I do think seeing him do the shield work, it made me question whether or not Taskmaster was he trying to copy him or was he copying Captain America? I'm not sure.
There's a lot of I mean, you can see when she's on the table getting injected and stuff, there's a lot of brain manipulation with this too. And so it could be that maybe Taskmaster is a puppet of something else bigger, and it could have been somebody close to the family or part of the family. And I don't want it to be that, but that could be a possibility. And that was my brain was going when I saw that. And then when I read that he got another part, I was like, okay, well, please don't be that Disney. Please don't. But then dad bad is a prevailing theme in a lot of things right now. And it's just predictable and boring, but yet here we go.
So on the music a little bit, because I'm not going to lie. The music was it was so unique for this trailer. The sort of, I don't even know how to describe it. How would you even describe that music? It was just really unique for it. And it kept me sort of pumped the whole way through the trailer. it felt Black Widowy. It felt like some sort of bizarre. I can't think of a good word to describe that music, but it was just.
It was very unique.
Yeah, I was like,
if this is going to be her final movie with the MCU, that's how it felt. It kind of felt like a finality. Is it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If that's what this is going to be,
It did feel, and of course it needs to be final because at some point you have to lay these characters to rest. You really do. And obviously she's, spoiler alert, if you're in the chat and you haven't seen Endgame, well, first of all, and second of all, she died. So first, go see Endgame. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But like she dies in Endgame.
And speaking of dying, Iron Man also supposedly makes a cameo in this as well.
Yeah,
so double spoiler alert.
And this is a now. See, I'm not very up to date on Marvel, or really, I'm only like movies only. Very movies only Marvel person. Is this a prequel?
Yeah.
Is this is before? So probably okay. That's probably why he's in it then, to recruit her.
Yeah,
possibly.
I imagine. I'm like, there's going to be a lot of stuff.
But I don't think. I know you were saying Red Guardian could be Taskmaster. I don't think so. Just from the trailer, you're absolutely right. Their builds are completely different, and would, yeah,
it throws it off.
Unless maybe possibly, I have no idea. You were talking about like the manipulation. She's seeing something that's not there, but
we did that with
I don't know.
Spider-Man Far From Home or whatever.
Yeah.
That sort of technology, but I don't know because of the timeline if that would line up very well. So
it would be really neat if I know it's probably not going to happen.
I don't want them to take stuff from Far From Home and use it for Black Widow. Let her do her own thing over there, right? Like the technology's cool, and I wouldn't mind seeing like other stuff moving forward. The sort of ability to project different images and mess with people in that way or whatever. And I actually really like that about Mysterio and how they did Far From Home. But for Black Widow, this really does need to be a sort of spy thriller sort of thing. That's where this needs to land. I don't want a bunch of the extra junk in it. Let her do what she's good at, right? Let that be her thing. Let this be like this should have been done so long ago. Should have gotten this film back phase 2, phase 3 at the latest.
It should have come out after Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
that's when it should have come out.
Soldier,
yeah,
is what I would have done. I would have.
And I'm totally getting Winter Soldier vibes from the trailer. I totally agree with you. Yeah, and I think it's just because Winter Soldier is such a grounded movie. It felt like a spy movie, like a Bourne movie. That's kind of what it felt like, and that's what this feels like too, as far as like the trailer.
So a couple other little random tidbits just for people in the chat that don't know. The new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek's son, his name's Brian Chapek, and he is the co-producer for this movie for Black Widow. So interesting. Yes. And he also co-produced Thor Ragnarok. So if that was your cup of tea, it looks like daddy's going to make sure, his little son's going to have a role to play in the future with Marvel moving forward alongside Kevin Feige. So the other thing too, I just have to mention this, Rachel Weisz, we haven't really talked about her yet. Fantastic choice. I love her in every single thing I watch. She was one of the bright points of The Mummy. Constantine, flipping loved her role in Constantine. And God, they need to make another one of if there's anything that they do a sequel of, they are so past due with goddamn Constantine.
Oh, hold on. I think I might have something.
I was right for it too. God, he just anyway, another tangent. That's just what I do. Apologies, you guys. But what I was trying to say is the actresses and actors in this movie, I think, are fantastically chosen. I love Florence Pugh for the sister. She is spot on.
Gorgeous. Oh,
Black
yes.
all of the Black Widowy stuff going down, all of those, like, it's really kind of awing. Like, you could just kind of stop and like, dang, that's like, to see it on that scale and see it like sort of from one person to the next. Like, you understand that this is training, right? Like, these women have been trained the same to be these sort of badass killer chicks, right? Like, you see the common thread throughout them, and it's something that maybe you take for granted. At least I took it for granted. She's sort of this unique individual and her own approach within in terms of the rest of the MCU. Then you really understand what this woman had to have been put through, how rigorous that training must have been to see it sort of the style worn on other people. It's interesting to see. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep. I'm interested to see the dynamics with the family. I hope they don't rely too much on the humor, like the weird humor that's like,
the hump.
Yeah, I want to know backstories of all of the people. I wanted, and this trailer's got me wanting more, and I think that's a hallmark of a successful trailer. So, well done, Marvel, for pulling out this, and I hope it does well. F Disney, but I hope this does well. I'm not gonna choose not to see. I'm not gonna ban all movies because I hate Disney right now. Coming close to it, but I'm going to give this one a go for sure. So
we support what's good, right? We support what's good.
Absolutely.
That's how you send the message.
I'm not that jaded, not yet, but each article I read keeps getting me a little bit closer.
True, and look, how do we send the message? How do we tell them what's good and what's not? How do we express to them what to do and what not to do? It's like when you reward a kid, like you have a kid, right? Right around, and they're a little jackhole and they go in the backyard and they're, frying ants with a magnifying glass. You don't reward that. You take something away, right? Whereas if they're running around in the backyard sharing their toys with someone else or doing something good, you reward that. Have a cookie. And so I think it's important to kind of maintain that balance to show them when you're behaving correctly, you'll have our support. When you're behaving like a jackass, you're not going to have our support. And so that's just where we sit with things.
Yeah.
God, I sound like it's so bad.
Yeah, no, it's
fine.
like no, and
okay.
And I will say the other thing too, that I really hope that because they're choosing not to delay this film, I'm hoping that issues with the beer bug doesn't cause problems with this, because if it is a good movie, that would suck that is an inhibitor for success with it. But that's beyond everybody's control, and if it's their choice to keep it at that time, then so be it. So
yes. I wasn't excited about this movie at all. Looking at the trailers leading up to this final trailer, wasn't excited about it, wasn't interested in the next phase of Marvel at all. Not at all. Not interested in the Eternals, not interested in the next Guardians movie. Just cut it off. Like, Endgame was my final movie for me. It had completed it, and that was it. But seeing this trailer, I was kind of like, okay, with the disappointment of Birds of Prey, I'm hoping that this is good because this is what you want to see, right? This is what you think Birds of Prey could have been. Is this freaking badass movie? Like, it looks so good. It really does. Oh, and I was looking for, I'm sorry, Mary. I was looking for what I was looking for you, Candace, about the Constantine thing. I could have sworn I had seen this and I saved it and I swear I deleted it, but I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it in our chat because I could have sworn that I saw the director or producer or something of the original Keanu Reeves Constantine movie, like retweet a picture of him. And and saying
one
like,
of those cryptic,
yes, this needs to happen. Like, we need another one. Yeah. I could have sworn I saw that. I need to find it and I'll send it to you.
Thank you. No, it's awesome. Mary, you were going to say?
Sorry. Yes, go ahead.
I don't remember.
It was about Birds of Prey. You were going to say something.
I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman 84. This was sort of the lingering hope that I have for DC to come in and sort of do something, right?
Yeah.
Like, do something, DC. You're primed for the taking here, right? We got to slate a shit up on the block here.
Yeah, I'm upset with DC about that Birds of Prey, and the leak stuff about Wonder Woman bothers me, and I think it's been confirmed, which makes me really upset. So Yeah, but I
Yeah.
love Wonder Woman too, and I really hope that it's still going to be. I'm going to enjoy really seeing Kristen Wiig knock it out as Cheetah. I want to see what they do with her because that's going to be a make or break villain right there. You know what I mean? Like that's a big role for her, playing the best friend, going to the big villain. It's just going to be interesting. So I don't know.
If the pictures of her as Cheetah are in fact what she is going to look like, I'm not digging it at all. I don't like that actress. I think she's really good in I don't know, dramatic roles maybe. I just don't like her. I don't like that actress. I really don't. She puts me off. She puts me off of things. I'm really worried about her as Cheetah because Cheetah is a badass character and she needs to kick ass.
Make her break role, and that's gonna be not just for her, for the movie, I think, because Wonder Woman, we've seen what she can do. If those of you who've read the leaks know what's pretty much going to happen, and so this villain is really the only wild card right now with that movie, and so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, I have seen the prosthetics that they have used with her, and I'm glad that they're doing that. I'm glad they're not going with just a regular person's like face and then just doing some major cheetah outfitting kind of thing. I'm glad they're going full on cheetah transformation because like the comics, the further she goes into full cheetah, the more she gets the cheetah powers. It's kind of the unfortunate effect of getting all of that power. You have to look like the cheetah. So I'm glad they're pulling that piece in with it. But yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it. And I'm feeling like right now, I'm more leaning towards the Black Widow overall movie between the two for this year. So
I agree. I'm leaning a bit more towards Black Widow.
Yeah.
Sad.
I mean, someone in the chat said that. Where'd it go? Shoot! It said Wonder Woman versus Cheetah should be on the same level as Batman versus Joker, and that's very true. It is very true. That's why she's got her Kingdom Come armor. I mean, it's that's freaking out. It's when she pulls out that armor, shit's about to go down. So yeah, I'm kind of worried about it. The leaks have been out for a while, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about them too much here because I don't want anyone in the chat that we'll save that for another one. I think if they come out with another trailer, that might be a really good one to discuss on a future episode of Toxic Femme. We might dive deep into some of the possible spoilers. But once they got confirmed, I just don't want to mention it now.
I'm so bummed this was the last Black Widow trailer. Like, I kind of don't want to wait another month and change for this.
They make you just want more right now, huh?
I kind of don't want to wait another month and a half.
They want you begging for
Black Widow stuff. Yeah, dude. Have me like all on all fours, just like begging.
Oh, okay.
Just you turn everything. It's just some shit.
Well, while Mary is on all fours, I'm going to go ahead and read off this super chat here. Crazy Eyed Jedi for $1. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it. Raging Rhino for 99 cents Australian. Thank you as well. You want to take the next one, Steph? You know where I'm at?
Yeah.
John Maciel. Oh no, sorry.
It's a cat.
Next one, Cat. Yes, Cat and Looney.
Cat and Looney for $5. Speaking of Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan as a young Luke Skywalker in an upcoming Star Wars project, or maybe as Luke Skywalker's long lost son. Thoughts? Yes, I think that Sebastian Stan looks a lot like Mark Hamill. Like if you put their pictures, a young Mark Hamill, if you put their pictures side to side, they do look a lot alike.
Yeah, I never even thought about that.
You haven't seen? Have you? Yeah, there's been like fan photos, like just they put them side to side. He looks like a young Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill, he really does. I think that he has a good acting range. Sebastian Stan does have a good acting range. I think that he could possibly play a young Luke Skywalker. That wouldn't be bad. However, I don't have the faith in Lucasfilm or Disney as a whole to pull something like that off. I think that they need to. They're done. The Skywalker saga has ended. They need to leave the OT alone. They're not going to, because they bank on the OT as well as the prequel trilogy. That's what people love. The shit that they put out is just complete shit.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised
they
if
can't really bank on it. But
saga. They need to do a Palpatine saga and bring in Luke. Bring in Luke, because that's really they had a Skywalker saga and made it all about Palpatine. Let's just do right by Luke and do the Palpatine saga and make it all about.
They would F it up. They would F it up. I don't have the faith in
Disney logic.
Lucasfilm or Disney. That is very much Disney logic. They want to bank on the OT so hard. They're looking to bank on it so hard. But yeah, they
so hard.
So hard.
Every time with you, Candace. Every time.
What? Sorry. What? What did she say? The beer bug spoke up. I couldn't hear. What was it saying?
I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving it alone. No.
Hey, she kept saying
I already got Willie in the chat talking about getting me on all fours, okay?
I mean, you said it. I said begging, and in my head I thought she's gonna say all fours, and then you did. Because I know you. And then the chat's like, yeah, all fours. That's right, Mary. Someone
asked, why is Mary so quiet? It's because she's sick. Yeah, she's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got the wine flu. We've got the wine. The wine flu is running rampant around her, and she got stuck with the bug.
We're trying to make the voice last at least as long as the show, so I'm taking little breaks.
Yeah. We got you.
She'll only speak up when someone says that things are so hard.
And when she wants to announce that she's on all fours for Black Widow. Yes. So moving on to the next super chat, we've got the unrelenting one for $4.99. Quick reminder that karma caught up to the rich soy boy Carlos Maza. Not true. Yes. Go woke, go broke, and eat it. That's what I can say. I'm just gonna say eat it. Deal with that. I'm glad. Yeah. You want to read the next one, Joseph? Steph?
Yes. Joseph Bainwise again for a $5 super chat. This movie, yes, thank you very, very much. Super generous. This movie would have to take place after the events of Iron Man 2.
But of course, because he saw watching the Iron Man 2 footage. So yes,
he is watching the Iron Man 2 footage. But I was just saying, we were just saying that her movie in the original MCU timeline, like originally, they should have done a Black Widow movie sooner than now. It should have come out before fucking Captain Marvel, is what we were pointing out. But yeah, in continuity, this movie will probably take place after the events of Iron Man 2.
I've given up going off cam to do this. I'm just gonna go.
I have so many dirty jokes I can say right now, but I'm gonna hold off because I love you, and yeah, I mean,
away, people. Me away.
I thought you would hold off for your Patreon to be putting things up,
flare it up.
Oh my god!
Okay, Tom, we get it. Yes. Yeah. Oh, poor Mary over there. She's just.
I'm just gonna message ABC real quick. Let me just.
She's taking it for the team, you guys. Right up the nose. Trace XL for $10. I'm not really feeling phase 4, but Black Widow, it might be good. I'll give it a shot. Wonder Woman 1984 also looks good, but what do I know? I'm just a toxic male. Love you, ladies. Well, I'll tell you what I know, Trace XL. You're in the right place because we happen to love toxic males. So welcome. Stay a while. We appreciate you. And never forget that you are a toxic male. Yes. Appreciate the money.
We actually missed one.
We did?
Yes. From Terminus. Terminus for $5. What do y'all think of Alita Battle Angel? Saw it last night and I really liked it. Alita is what Rey should have been. She'd make a great Jedi. She would make a great Jedi.
So if you're digging Alita, The director for Alita is also going to be doing 1 or 2 episodes of The Mandalorian season 2. So that is Robert Rodriguez, I think it's Robert Rodriguez. And I'm down for it. So I like it. And I like that Alita is on a beautiful space rocket. Courtesy of Elon Musk, made it beautiful painting of her space rocket. Very phallic symbol with a beautiful breasted and buttocks out for the world to see, going up into outer space. Well done, Elon. Truly, the toxic male is with you.
I feel like it's plenty aerodynamic enough. Just put the little mushroom head on top.
That's all it really needed. I mean, someone's gonna get that tattooed on them, I swear to God. Thank you, Terminus, for that $5. And Alita Battle Angel is pretty awesome. Matt G, $2. Hey, don't forget about the New Mutants.
We don't talk about New Mutants.
That's for another show. Yes.
Do you want to do this last one, or
Mary, you take this last one.
Yes.
The Joseph one?
Yes.
It's on screen? Okay. So from Joseph, or otherwise known as Nomad, one of my wonderful patrons over on Patreon, he says, Mary, I have total respect for you, but damn the mental pick. He's probably talking about On All Fours. I don't even know about the ghost nose or all fours. One of the two. Either way, you should not have respect for me. I am a hot mess. Don't respect myself. Clearly, I do not respect myself.
But you're pulling through.
I think we are now caught up on super chats. I think this is a great time to transition to a Star Wars piece. Yes. I will go ahead and share this next little article here. And some of you who follow my Twitter might have already seen this. I'm just going to do this Chrome tab here. Boopity boop there. All right. Let's see if y'all can see what I am seeing here. Let's see here. We got that up. Tom, are you back there? Tom
left. We started talking.
There we go. We are here. All right. So how about this? This is by a shilly shill named Paul Tassi, whom we are going to check his Twitter after just glancing at this article. And I'd love to know you in the chat if you agree with Mr. Paul Tassi. And if you agree, please give me a convincing argument as to why. I am interested to hear. Disney Plus is missing the obvious. It needs a Star Wars Rey Skywalker series. Okay. Yeah, this guy literally said it's missing the obvious, a Rey Star Wars series. So yes, let's pull from the weakest trilogy of the bunch, the main character from the weakest trilogy of the bunch, to formulate another show, because that's what Disney Plus needs after cancellations, after delays, after all these issues going on with development on other shows. Literally, Mandalorian's like the only one I'm pretty sure I haven't heard drama around. It's just one thing after another. So let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and see where he is coming from with this.
I don't care. What are we gonna do? Follow her around on Jakku and watch her rip parts out of a ship?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's read it and then we'll give our thoughts. Sorry.
I would love to hear your thoughts, because I am going to substantiate this with just like something that they have done previously with Rey and with Disney. And I'll get there. All right. So Disney's determined to make TV the future of Star Wars the next few years after the missteps of the big trilogy and success of The Mandalorian. See, right there, that first paragraph clearly indicates that you're stupid. It just, it clearly, the future of Star Wars, after the missteps of the big trilogy and the successes of The Mandalorian, it's obviously missing a Rey show. That's his thesis. Okay. All right, Paul. I'm going to follow you a little longer here, but then I'm going to tell you a new one.
Everyone's so excited about the freaking Cassian Andor. Like, let's just keep chucking shit on Disney Plus and see what.
Yeah. I swear they're using the journalists to like put out feelers Let's see what the fans respond to.
This guy does that. Wait till you see his tweet. Yeah. In short, I think he goes over a couple things that are not convincing, obviously. In short, I think Disney has become way, way too afraid of the future and the Skywalker saga after the end of the new trilogy. If you watch The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker trilogy, it becomes pretty clear that it's one thing, an origin story for Rey. Okay, great. And it failed. It failed epically.
They have not even finished writing episode 9 yet. Okay, we can't.
Yeah, they're gonna have a pick your own ending for the DVD release. All right, just kidding. They're not, but they should. For all the takes they've had, I'm pretty sure J.J. Abrams has plenty to choose from. But by the time we reach the end, yes, she saved the galaxy like Luke Skywalker before her, and yet it's clear that her journey as a new Jedi is just getting started. Yeah, okay, she has a new lightsaber, her own, finally, and she takes a new name to carry on the Skywalker legacy, a legacy Disney seems desperate to end. So if they seem desperate to end it, then why would you even say to bring her back, Paul?
Paul. I'm stopping you right here. Okay?
Damn it.
I don't get to watch Luke Skywalker rebuild the Jedi Order as fuck. Don't want to watch Rey Palpatine do it. Fuck this shit. Fuck it in its left ear. I'm fucking done. Done.
Now this is beautiful.
This is what the new trilogy should have been. Luke rebuilding the fucking Jedi. We should have seen him with his whole Jedi horde of Jedi fighting against the fucking Empire. But
that's too much. No. That's too much about Luke. And according to something, I'll tell you, Jeremy talked about this on Friday Night Tights with Nerdrotic, and there was an article released about where this was like last year or the year before. They were talking about how there was when they were pitching ideas, that there was too much Luke in the goddamn Skywalker saga.
I hate you for showing that clip.
Do either of you have a Xanax or something?
I do. I have a Xanax. Yeah.
Let me just repeat that for the ones in the back. There was too much Luke in the Skywalker saga. Okay, guys.
I have registered your opinion, Spock, but decided I don't give a damn about it.
That is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, neither did Kathleen Kennedy. So this is what he says. I think it's a shame that we went through all the events of the trilogy, including a dead Han, Luke, Leia, and Ben Solo. I agree to that point, but then he continues, and Rey doesn't even really get to continue her story after all that.
Oh, you're complaining? Are you turning? Oh my gosh. I think he's a Disney trilogy fan, and he kind of sees where we're coming from as fans of the OT and of the prequel trilogy. This is why we complain. So now he's complaining, but then he'll be like, "Oh no, but I'm different than you. I'm like way better. I'm like on a pedestal. I'm on a pedestal, but you're not. No, you're."
So now he's gonna, Stephanie. He's gonna pitch you his idea on this race show. Now, you guys listen up if you're interested in this. This could be great. This could be just beyond my ability to comprehend, because I only know so much. Paul Tassi seems superior. I mean, he is a man who writes for Forbes. So, I mean, I should probably listen. Obviously. So he says, I think there's a show to be made about Rey's new journey as a true Jedi after the events of Rise of Skywalker. You could do it in a way that doesn't require the cast of the last 3 movies to be around, because they don't want to be. Occasionally cameos at most, maybe, if Finn wants to pop in and say hi. Paul, if you're there. Finn wants nothing to do with this shit anymore. He's not going to pop in and say hi.
I don't know. He obviously hasn't checked out John Boyega's Twitter or Instagram.
No, he has not.
In a while.
A complete shill. Idiot. Yeah, you could definitely make a story about Rey making her way in the galaxy, trying to figure out a way to rebuild the Jedi Order in this new era. Oh, you mean Luke's role? You
wow.
exactly what Steph just said.
No, isn't that what we wanted to see? That's what we wanted to see. But then they were telling us that no, you need to move on. It's over. We're bringing in new characters. Y'all need to move on. Let me tell you, Paul, you need to move on, sir.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
They're done.
Everybody else already has before the movie even came out. That's why it freaking only did $1 billion, because nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave two shits about your stupid movie and its stupid conclusion to this stupid freaking Disney stupid trilogy. Fuck this shit. I'm out. I don't want to do it anymore.
Paul's basically saying he wants to turn her into the X-Men equivalent of Professor X by finding force-sensitive children and so on. I mean, why don't you just demand a female Professor X? You could say Professor X gender or so.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I hope you got my joke there before you got interrupted, because I worked on that. Was one I had planned. Thank you, Tom.
X gender, yes, we did.
Thank you. I like how he says this would not have to have an insane blockbuster budget. Paul, they tried that and they barely came up even. So yeah, good call on that one. I'm glad you mentioned that. It would not have to have a massive cast. Yes, because nobody's going to want to be a part of it. The director's probably going to walk before the end of it, and the scripts are probably going to be done 2 or 3 times. All right. So basically,
and it'll probably get canceled before it has a chance to even take off. Kathleen Kennedy will cancel it.
So he ends here saying, maybe I'm crazy. Truer words never been spoken, Paul, but I would love to watch this series, and I suspect I'm not alone.
You're alone, Paul.
Ooh, yes. So real quick, before we go into opinions, I just want to show this one other thing, which is going to be Paul, his Twitter. Let me see if I can get that up real quick. Where is it?
A Ray shirt.
I must have moved it. You know what? Go ahead and let's talk opinions first, and then I'll pull it up later.
My opinion, Candace, why is it that every single fucking week you find something that gives me an aneurysm? Why is it that
I'm so sorry.
Every time I try to come on here. Every time I come on here with Candace, you find stuff.
I do it for the aneurysm.
I'm over here. Like, I feel the ulcer forming in my stomach as we speak. I want to go slap a baby or something. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, my eyes did a weird twitchy thing when I read it, so that was I came close too.
I feel like the only way to counter this is to go kick a space fox or some shit. I don't know. I can't do this anymore, guys. I'm worn out, tired. I want to go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, nobody wants to see a Ray Palpatine, fucking Ray clone. Nobody wants to see fucking Ray clone series. She is a boring, bland character. She is so boring. There would be absolutely no stakes for her character because she can do it all. She can understand everybody. She can do it all. There's absolutely nothing that she can do. So there's no stakes for her. If she comes across something, she's not going to be in trouble. We know she's not going to be in trouble. She'll get out of it. And
to her, like trying to fight off the dark side was, oops, I accidentally electrocuted a ship. Whoopsie. Like you have you have Luke Skywalker go into this cave on Dagobah and have this legitimate like struggle. He gives in, he almost murders Darth Vader, right? Like he actually almost turns. The closest you get with Rey is this superficial bullshit nonsense where she's like, whoopsie, I don't know how I learned it, but electricity. Yeah.
Oh, she screamed. She screamed lightning. She's like, and she screamed lightning out of her hand. It was so stupid. And they did that. They did that because she was so freaking bland, because she could do everything, because she was a Mary Sue. They were like, oh, let's give her just a little bit, just a little teensy itty bitty bit of struggle in this new movie. But you know, it's too little, too late. It's too late for all of that. She already sucks. Everybody
You're obviously overlooking the biggest thing here. She went through an insurmountable amount of training to be considered the leader of an academy that trains other force sensitive beings. I mean, come on. If that's not a synopsis for a success, y'all are clearly
over my monitor.
Be with me. Be with me.
Go ahead and share my screen if you get a chance. I was able to pull up Paul Tassie's Twitter, and I just want to share a little tidbit So this is Paul Tassi. He's a blue check mark, of course. And first thing, knew this would be popular because he got a little bit of an asshole tearing on it. So this was an interesting thing. And of course, this is just hearsay, guys. Do not take this as fact. This is rumor. This is not even rumored. This is just someone talking on his Twitter feed. Okay. All right. They said, Paul, they're already planning a series like this. It's rumored, early talks, going to be an animated series following Rey as she puts together a new academy. Not going to happen for a few years, not until they start the next trilogy. So 3 to 5 years. And Paul Tassi, of course, he's like stroking his balls. So he's like, yes, animated, continue. So I'm hearing Dave Filoni, they're saying it might be the same style as Clone Wars. Paul Tassi, again, loving the ball stroke, saying, all right, I'll bite. I've been following this to see this guy runs a podcast. I don't know. I'm following it. I don't know. But here's the other thing. Disney did do this thing 2 years ago. They did Star Wars Forces of Destiny, and I am going to pull this last little
nonsense. You're talking about that same show. Show that cucked Luke Skywalker for Leia.
Yeah. Well, but of course,
that show. Fuck that.
But of course, here you go, Tom. I got it up here now. This is what they looked like. And it was. Let me see. Am I? Do we have it up yet? I can't tell.
There it is.
Okay, great.
Woo!
So yeah. Let me pull it up. Okay.
Someone in the chat said, "Don't blame the actors. They had poor material." Yeah, we're not blaming the actors.
No,
this is purely character related.
Yes. None of us here are sitting here saying we hate Daisy Ridley. Okay.
No, this is the character of Rey.
Woosah. Bosa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be with me.
None of us hate Kelly Marie Tran. None of us hate Daisy Ridley. Well, a lot of us actually really like John Boyega. This has nothing to do with these people. This has everything to do with the fact that these characters are subpar at best. And not only are they subpar, but they sought to replace characters that were epic, amazing, our modern myths. So yeah, that's where we have grievances, and we're going to air them because we're geeks. It's what we do. Okay? This is literally what we do. Wars on the internet have been fought over this stuff. We're not stopping now. Okay?
I think that's what new fans don't understand. People that are new to the world of geekdom, they don't understand that we can have debates all day long, and there's no hate involved. No. We're just debating.
I like that the chat's going crazy over this. Chat, I feel your pain. I feel the pain. This article literally, it made me want like Hannibal Lecter to come here and scoop out the part of my brain that retained that memory. I couldn't believe that was the headline, and I clicked it because goddamn it's bait for Forbes. But yeah, it got worse. It got much worse.
I think Andrew was like, I'd rather have a root canal.
Yeah.
And he also said, Candace, don't make me throw my PC.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I first of all, disclaimer, nothing that we say on this show will we ever take credit for in any damage of your personal property. That is on you, toxic males. So get your shit together and don't blame us women.
Through the root canal.
Yeah, pretty much. So that was just a little scoop-a-doody-doop for you guys. I wanted to bring on by and just let you guys know what those blue check marks are really thinking right now.
We don't think there's necessarily going to be a raid show.
Absolutely
no. You're right. But they do want one. They do want one.
Well, congratulations, right? Congratulations. I wanted the Grey Jedi. I wanted the Ashla and the Bogan. I wanted Snoke to mean shit. I wanted a whole hell of a lot of things. Never got any of them.
No. And you
got any goddamn feelings about that?
And you said we were horrible people for wanting those things.
There you go.
Oh my god, they're never gonna do it. They're never gonna do it. She's just a completely bland character. If they do before she becomes a Jedi, just her scavenging on Jakku fucking boring ass show. Her scavenging kids throughout the galaxy to find new Jedi.
She was
boring ass show.
Jolie adopting like everyone around the world to, like she's gonna be that I can see it now. Definitely.
The ancient Jedi texts and start passing out.
You gotta get one of you gotta collect them all, make sure there's one of every color.
Right.
And every planet gets representation because we're Disney. All right.
I'm gonna freaking freak out.
So stupid. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. I just see the future. Got my crystal ball over here. It's never steered me wrong. Sorry about that, guys. So 3 to 5 years. So we'll see what happens. But I want to go ahead and move on a little bit because we do have one more topic to hit tonight. But I also want to hit up all these super chats because boy, y'all was some angry chatters in the audience while I read that article. Joseph Bienowitz, Nomad, $2. No problems with Hot Mess Mary. Oh, is that the new name? Hot Mess Mary. I like you. I like you. Yeah. We've got, and thank you for the super chat. We've got Namcos for £2. Tom, wait, Congo calling.
I will be here all night, guys.
Very nice, very nice.
What? Am I needed? Is Congo in trouble? I will help Congo.
Very nice.
Okay, I'm going to do some coke.
Okay, I was wondering. You're gonna leave and do coke. All right, then we're moving on.
I feel like if I had a little bit of coke, I would make it way easier.
We got Nomad for another $5. Tie Paul to the back of the space horses, and then ... Fill it in with your thoughts, ladies. Oh, all right, Mary, you want to go first? Tie Paul to the back of the horses, and then
just draw and corner the guy. Like seriously, look, that's terrible. That's terrible. I don't know.
I was gonna say let him clean up all the crap on the deck because someone's got to do it.
No,
I mean, there's a bunch of space horses and it's a clean ship. That never happens.
Let him get drunk on the horse, and as it poops, he gets drug through it.
There you go. Okay, yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that. All right, there you go.
Right through the space horse poo.
There you go. Steph, you like that one? You had anything different?
No.
Involves space poo, probably? All right, cool.
Probably, yeah.
You guys want to take the next one?
Yeah, I'll take the next one.
All right.
Matt G for $5. Raylo is the second most illogical thing ever. The most illogical thing is Geeky and Mary. What? The most illogical thing is Geeky and Mary have mod wrenches and Mecca and Rob don't. LOL. Rob, who works here?
You're gonna have to take that up with Andre.
That just shows you who Andre trusts. Just so you know.
I haven't blown up the channel yet.
I'm just gonna fluff over here and be like, I don't know, you guys. Just saying.
No, he's trying to get everybody the wrenches who need them. But yes,
yeah,
I know that
you got to be in the chat at the right time, and you got to and Rob's Rob, and we love him.
For them. That's what happened. Okay, we were relentless. We were like, "Where's our wrenches, Tom?"
Some may even say nagging. I hate that word, but it's kind of appropriate here.
Yeah.
We nagged the shit out of Tom.
I have zero control over that. That is all Andre, so I can't do a damn thing about it.
Yes.
So
thank you, Matt.
I can nag him. That's it.
Thank you very much. Trace XL again with another $5. You're awesome, Trace. Bruh. There are like 6 people who want more of Rey. 99.99999% of those who watch the new trilogy do not care about her. Stop it. Get some help. I love how he starts it off with bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh, come on, bruh. I can totally hear him saying it too. Bruh.
Yeah, they do need help, but you just, like this guy's a shill and he if you ever just search Paul Tassi on the Forbes site and just look at his headlines, it's very evident. I don't suggest doing it unless you're taking like a Xanax and having wine at the same time. It's just, it does it to you. And yeah, it makes, if you think you're gonna punch your computer when I was reading that one, wait till you see his other articles, what you might do. So yeah, another time, I'm sure he's gonna come out with another beautiful one for us to read sometime up on Toxic Femme again. But yeah, this one's what we got today. And yeah, it was a doozy. Drake is 6 for $2. Forbes Paul equals a felonious soy-fed pork wallet. I couldn't agree more. I like all of those adjectives and nouns put together in that way, describing Paul Tassi. What say y'all?
Nice.
I think so. Very well done. Drake is 6. I like your way of
I don't want to
explaining
say
things.
grab him by the Tassie now.
You'll let him know that. And tag him. He'll probably read it. The Unrelenting one for $1.99. Ray series starring by Brie Larson. Am I right? Oh,
I think we've all had enough brie cheese in our life. Okay.
oh God.
I'm good.
Yeah, I hope not. Please
I just see people, and I just
keep
That
her
crazy-eyed lady. I
and
just
Tessa
see people.
Thompson
Guys, oh my God.
of my Star Wars. Thank you.
Have you ever like try to make the kind of crazy eyes that girl makes? Like,
She's crazy.
I just see people, and I just play.
just try to
Crazy. I just see people. I can't even do it.
I just see people, and I just play people. I didn't play Captain Marvel because I wanted to be a hero. I just wanted to be a person.
Oh my God, girl, blink.
You wanted to be a hero. You wanted to be a bad bitch. I'll be the first me. Thank you.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I'll be the first me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I think we're caught up on the super chats, and I think that we definitely gave Paul the beatdown for that hideous Forbes article. How dare he? Yes, I think we need to move on, though. Steph has an article today that she wanted to bring us about with She-Hulk revelations.
Oh,
Yeah, I would love to hear more about that one because yeah, She-Hulk's got a lot of stuff coming up about it lately. So there's
and
She-Hulk
unfortunately,
is.
it's going to be a little bit woke. Unfortunately, and I'm very sorry, chat. I am very, very, very sorry that we are going to the Mary Sue website. I'm so sorry that I have to bring you here, but this article written by Jessica Mason is just.
We're doing it for you, so you don't have to click it yourself. You're welcome.
Yeah. So you align this aneurysm right behind all the other aneurysms.
Yes.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
There you go.
So it is called Please Let's Cast an Average Sized Actress as the She-Hulk, because we all know that the Hulk is just average sized.
Yeah, that's
average.
what Widow said.
Shame.
She starts off the article, I'm tired. As a woman who is not a size 4, I always get excited when a new superhero is announced because there's always a part of me that hopes against hope that this time the woman they cast in the role will look like someone who is not an unattainable Hollywood ideal, but closer to the average woman, and I am inevitably disappointed. Well, here we go again. Yes, here we go again, because that is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think that in Hollywood and for a superhero role, they would cast an average person to play a superhero. I'm sorry that they don't look like you, that they don't look like a regular person, but this is Hollywood here. This is Hollywood. They have
These people
fitness
started
trainers.
out before they became superheroes, idiot.
They have
God.
fitness. This is Hollywood. They have fitness trainers. They have personal chefs. I mean, come on. What do you expect? Marvel and Disney Plus are currently in the very early stages of writing and developing a She-Hulk series. We've covered this here at the Mary Sue, from the hiring of a woman of color, yay, Jessica Gao as the showrunner, to the character. With the show nearing the start of filming early this year, the fan casting and rumors that have abounded when it comes to Jessica Walters, the She-Hulk herself, seem to favor a woman of a very slim frame. And why not? Why? Yes, of course they favor a woman with a very slim frame because they have to make a transition from a small person to the She-Hulk.
Yeah, if they brought in Gina Carano starting off the way she does, all thick and beautiful, she is thick and beautiful, but the transformation literally would just be green paint. We need somebody who
You need something. I mean, it's
Like, you should like look, okay, imagine watching some big like hulking chick or whatever, or even just average sized chick go from that sort of normal stature, whatever that they have, which is imposing as it is, to the She-Hulk. But then imagine some sort of prim, dainty looking, I mean, tone, well, looks good on screen or whatever, go to it. It's impressive. You want the contrast. You want it to be dynamic when it shifts from perspective together. This is not only a bad idea in terms of wanting people to watch your movie. You fucking morons, put pretty people on screen, right?
Mark Ruffalo.
I was just about to bring up Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is not the built, built person. He is a wonderful actor. He is very average looking in the looks department, but he is a fantastic actor. He is not incredibly built like Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans or any of the other Chris's, but there needs to be that contrast between him as a scientist and him as the freaking Hulk. Yes. He starts off as a tiny man and he goes and becomes a humongous Hulk. And how amazing was that freaking scene in the very first Avengers when he does that? When he's like, I'm always angry. And then he transitions into this huge, gigantic freaking Hulk. That is amazing. It was fantastic. Everybody freaking loved that part. But no, that's not what she wants. She wants just a plain Jane, plain average looking Jane.
And for the record, almost any other role, I'd say, get a bigger girl probably wouldn't hurt. And I think getting average size people, like normal size people, is good instead of like the skin and bones, like the person playing Batwoman right now. Like, who believes that shit?
Oh, hell no.
And I don't want that. I don't look, I'm not a size 4 either, people, but I don't want to sit here and watch some thick ass chick. That's distracting. Okay. Sorry. It's distracting. I don't want to watch that on screen.
It sucks me out. Like, can you imagine like Mystique?
Mystique.
Like if you had a thick Mystique. I mean, there's nothing wrong, but like
Jennifer Lawrence is kind of curvy, right? She played Mystique.
She was more than what was the other one?
Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's more curvy than Rebecca Romaine, and she, did fantastic. Her
body was
but even in Deadpool, the little girl, the one that he's always making jabs at, she's a superhero. She's a mutant and she's part of the X-Men, and
talking about Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yes, Negasonic Teenage. Yes, thank you. Yes, her. She's pretty plain. She's an X-Men, she doesn't really there's not much about her. She's fantastic in the role. But no, let's move on.
Yeah.
From this part gets me so much. I love these next 2 paragraphs. From Allison Brie to Stephanie Beatrice, who have shot down the possibility. The actresses in contention all fall into the mold that's sadly familiar at this point. They're live conventional beauties, just like so many other superwomen. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this body type. We've seen it again and again. And this part gets me. And don't get me wrong, I love Allison Brie and Stephanie Beatrice, but She-Hulk could truly be an opportunity to do something different. It could be a chance to put a woman who looks more like many women who are watching. I hate when they do that. I hate when people say like, oh my God, I love them, but... And she does that a lot in this article. She starts off with a compliment and then ends with a a shitty fucking statement, right?
It's under the same notion that the person on screen has to look like me in order for me to be able to identify
Yeah.
with them. Like, oh, in order for me to be able to identify with this superhero, they have to have a vagina, right? No, I don't need
Yeah.
this person to look like me, sound like me, act like me in order for me to be able to identify with a good story.
Exactly. They don't even need to have a vagina. I absolutely love male characters that are on screen. Like,
And I'm just going to say,
and I relate to it.
Focus on the story first. Get your story handled. And then it doesn't matter what the person on the screen looks like, because we don't identify with the way a person looks. That can be racist, sexist. Identifying with someone based solely on whether or not they share the same characteristics as you physically is a sexist, racist way to act. It's a sexist, racist way to behave. We identify with people because of the struggles that they have internally, the things that they go through, how they grow, how they develop, what their character arcs are. That's how you identify with a person. Anything other than that is fucking stupid.
And way to body shame Mary Sue.
Oh my God, totally.
Way to body shame. Because I'm pretty sure that the Mary Sue would be the first to call out any male that would have a whiff of this kind of thought regarding a woman's body. Call them, how dare you body shame. I mean, they would go nuts over it. And to see them making this article, giving their 2 cents about it, acting as if this is totally okay to discuss. Gross. Mary Sue, gross.
Do better.
Anyway, sorry.
I want to see women on screen who look average, because most of us don't match the Hollywood and fashion industry's ideal. I am 5'10" and tough. And it would be so cool to have a hero that's even a bit close to the woman I see in the mirror each day. Wouldn't it be great for a character defined by controlling the rage that overtakes her male counterpart, something most women have to do to look like a broader demographic of women?
Most women aren't 5'10", you tall giraffe bitch. Most people aren't that tall. So get over your sorry. But seriously, like, y'all, I'm 5'10", and I like to see more people that are like me on the screen. Like, bitch, everybody is 5'10" in Hollywood on the screen. Shut the hell up. God. Sorry.
Oh my God, I liked that breakaway. That was hilarious.
It was beautiful, Tom.
That was so fun. That was perfect. That was perfect. I would absolutely love to be taller than 5 feet tall. I mean, I envy her 5'10" height.
Like, God damn it, 4'10". 4'10" right here, Kick.
What are you talking? I want to be like at least 5'3". Hello. Holy crap. She's like, I'm 5'10". Show me someone who's 5'10". Motherfucker, I'm 5 feet tall. Why are you complaining? Okay. I feel like this about a lot of female heroes. It's not that I specifically dislike any of these actresses on their own, but when you look at these lineups and the only body diversity appears to be the variations between size 0 and maybe a 6, it's depressing.
I'm stuck on superhero Steph. I want to see someone 5'3" going around and just meleeing the shit out of dudes everywhere. Like, that'd be fucking hilarious.
I have an idea. She's so worried about it. Rather than forcing everybody else to validate your body type, go lose some fucking weight, you fatty.
And I hate that she also said that, like, you know,
shaming you guys. We're just we're author shaming.
No. Yes, and I hate that she also talked that like,
wait, you fat fatty McGee. Okay, just saying.
I hate that she also said that, like,
it's not our job to validate her size. That's
you
not
could look like the superhero, but you'd have to go to the gym and quit eating those Twinkies.
Twinkies, aren't they?
I really hate that she also said that, you know, conventional beauty is bad. Conventional beauty
doesn't like Twinkies, okay? Like, get over yourself.
What do you want to see? You want to see just like an average woman with no makeup on? Like, What the fuck?
Yeah, that's Charlie's Angels.
That's not why I go to the theater. I go to the theater to suspend my disbelief and actually believe that I'm watching superheroes, not fucking someone that looks fucking depressed all the time. Like, like, what is going on?
You guys, like, I totally wanted to go fight crime today, but I just can't because I ate this Twinkie and pizza and it's sitting in my stomach wrong. And
I think I might just take a nap instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, let's do normie superheroes. Yeah.
Oh, normie. That's what we want. And again, did you see her? Like, it's not that I don't like them, but she does that a lot. Great. It's, I know, it's a trend, not the individuals. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, but part of me still wishes that I could have a woman that looks like a mythical Amazon, muscles and thick thighs and all.
They had that. That was Xena.
There were some Amazons of varied frames in the background of Wonder Woman, but the time has more than come for the foreground. Like, I agree. Yeah, there were plenty of Amazons who freaking were muscular as hell. Like, come on.
Why are you not complaining that there were more people that look like you in Wakanda, bitch? Why don't you complain about that? Why don't you say, they didn't look like me in the mirror. They all look different. Okay. Yeah, for good reason. For good reason. Okay. Oh my gosh, these people are so oblivious. And it just this really, I didn't read this article when you said you were going to bring, because I wanted to react. Like, this is me first time reaction. I am like, I'm beside myself right now. So
perfect
stupid.
reaction.
Sorry.
Yes. Perfect reactions. Perfect reaction. I love it. Because when I was reading this, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Who is this woman? Like, she just wants someone who looks like her. This has nothing to do with other people's opinion. This is all about her. This is what she wants. This is all about that. You're absolutely right, Mary. This is all about her self-validation. This is absolutely all about her. Nothing about what we want to see on screen. Nothing about what her readers want to see on screen. This is about what she wants. All about her.
Rather than change what it is about herself that she finds to be inadequate, she expects the rest of the world she expects the rest of the world all around her to shift and morph itself to her ideals. That's the kind of narcissism that we are dealing with on a constant and regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Is just, if you don't like it, then fix it, okay? But don't expect everyone around you to validate you, because that's not our fucking job. Get over yourself.
Get over yourself. Mm-hmm. Where was I? Oh, okay. Now, Jennifer Walters isn't always in Hulk form, despite the fact that all the popular imagery of her is in her green version, even when she's working as a lawyer. And that's true, because she's kind of like Professor Hulk. Like, she has the Hulk stuff, but she's still very smart. But I would still love for the casting here to showcase anything other than the sort of Hollywood body we've come to see again and again. And here's what she wants to see. She could be chubby and short. She could be tall and big. But I'm not holding my breath. To date, we have not seen women of body types that differ from what's been the norm, front and center in superhero movies. Save
not true.
Lucy Davis's Etta Candy in Wonder Woman. That is so not true. That is not true at all.
Real quick, Tom, can you bounce between my screen and then back to hers? I just want to just show a picture real quick. Yeah, that's Melissa McCarthy in Thunder Force. She is a superhero alongside Octavia Spencer, saving the world on a Netflix series coming out later this year. So, bitch, here's your show you're whining about right here. And guess what? They made it into a comedy. You know why? Because it's funny. It's funny seeing someone that looks like that fighting crime. because that's not what you think. That's not what anybody thinks. It's not normal looking. And I apologize if it comes off a little sharp, but that's just how it is. I don't want to see, this is a comedy. Netflix even gets it and they're woke as hell. So yeah, sorry, go back. I just wanted her to see that because that's, that author needs to.
No, you know what? You are absolutely right. It's something like that would be played for comedy. It would be played for comedy because it's a ridiculous notion for, something like that, right? For superheroes to be fighting off huge bad guys, huge aliens, and what they have to like catch their breath between every punch. Like it's comedic, I don't know. This is just her article is just ridiculous.
I do want to acknowledge in the chat, Metatron wants me to say, I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I saw that. I did see that.
Actually,
this article is almost over, folks in the chat. So yeah, thank goodness. The progress we've made for body diversity in genre media has been agonizingly slow. Gina Carano as Cara Dune in The Mandalorian was a rare breath of fresh air. I hope I said her name right. A warrior woman who truly looked like she should break you in half with her bare hands and then have you thank her after. She would be among my top picks for She-Hulk, but she's probably not available. She wouldn't be a top pick for She-Hulk because there has to be that transformation.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
and
you just talk about that?
Melissa McCarthy's already working, so she could break a man with her thighs. Okay, so guarantee you there's going to be a joke that's going to be played on that show or that movie.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, definitely. There has to be a freaking transformation into the She-Hulk. It has to be. It has to be like Mark Ruffalo. It has to be like Mark Ruffalo.
Wait. Can you imagine a bigger girl transforming into a smaller, more fit but still massive? like one of those shows. What is it? That 500-pounder that they take out through a wall, and it's like they turn into She-Hulk.
Yes, and not only that, but this actress that she's talking about, she's not average. She's not average whatsoever. Like, I would love to freaking have the muscles and the freaking. I mean, come on. She is not average. You know that she works out. Get over yourself.
Why don't you have a man turning into She-Hulk? It'd be Trainee Hulk. Like, let's just keep broadening the spectrum of things we want to change about She-Hulk.
I know.
This author is too narrow-minded. She needs to widen her perspective here. I'm sure there's a lot of dudes that look in the mirror and are thinking the same exact thing about She-Hulk. Sorry, just saying. It's so stupid.
It's supposed to be like, Mark Ruffalo was really great. He just looked so average, but then he turned into the Hulk and it was just like, damn, that was fucking fantastic. Yeah. I don't want to see no big woman turn into another big woman. Like, what? A bigger woman.
Feel the hatred. I don't want to see trans Hulk smash. No, I don't want any of that. Please. No, thank you. Okay. Sorry.
2 more paragraphs and then we're done. Even in films and shows that are beautifully diverse in many ways, the body diversity can still be lacking. Birds of Prey showcase women of different ages and races and sexual orientations. But aside from Cassandra Cain, fuck you, Cassandra Cain. They were still from a typical Hollywood body mold. I love my Arrowverse, but I would love it even more if there was a female in it who looked a little bit more like me. I don't like
world's tiniest violin. Girl, you're 5'10". I'm so mad about that still. Okay, moving on.
Oh my god! I know she's fucking 5'10". Holy crap! Here's what I want to see. I want to see a 5-foot tall superhero. That's what I want to see. I want to see a teeny tiny little superhero that looks like me, and that's the only way that I can identify with that person.
Adult superhero.
Yes, that's true. She has to be an adult superhero. Okay. I want to see a little superhero like me. That's the only way that I'll be able to identify.
Like a Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse.
And that's the whole point, really. Now she finally says we. Because this whole article has been about her, but now she finally says we. Okay. We just want to see ourselves. The average dress size of the American woman is between 16 and 18. A majority of women.
No, it's not. I don't think so.
A majority of women wear a size 14 or above.
Yeah.
And yet we rarely get to see a woman that looks like that as a hero. There's a whole world of beautiful women out there who deserve to be depicted in the media we love. That's all we're asking. She finally says we, because this whole article has freaking been about her. It has been I this and I that and me. And now she's finally like, oh, that's all we're asking. Like, remember us? Like, I'm speaking for my people here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, we speak for ourselves, sweetheart. That's the wonderful thing about individuality, is that we speak for ourselves, and you don't get to do that. You don't get to sit up there on your little podium and act like you speak for women.
No.
Because you don't. So stop sitting there behaving as though there's some collective that all joined around you, pulled up their hoods, drank some Kool-Aid, and was like, this is what we want. No, this is not what we want. This is not what we want at all. I'm sorry, but I do not want to see a size 18 chick running around in spandex, because there's
You just stop after size 18 chick. I'm doing that. I'm sorry. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary in those movies.
Don't want to see your cellulite squeezed into latex. That is disgusting. I'm good. Like, seriously, guys, consider the spandex issues we would have to stare at. Okay.
And consider the demographic here for women that watch these kinds of movies. It's not going to be the 50 and over crowd, which is probably where you're going to see more of the, the size 16s and up, I would assume. A lot of the younger crowd is not that. And I hate when they do this, because it's like saying, by saying that, it's like you feel odd for not being in that category of size, because majority of women supposedly are. I at least where I live right now, that's not the case. I'm pretty average where I live, and anytime I go to the gym to work out, like, I'm sizing other women up and stuff, but the way I am, like, it is not like that here, at least not in Utah. And so, maybe in other parts of the country there is, but it's just, I hate it when they use that argument, because I don't find it to be true.
Mm-hmm.
No. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. So real quick, did you want to say anything else about that, Stephanie? Final thoughts regarding that? Because I'm speechless.
Yeah. Oh, so was I. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This bitch. Like, this article is all about her. Completely agree with Mary. She just wants the self-validation. She wants people to agree with her. She wants that self-pity. And nobody's going to give it to her. I'm not going to give it to her. You're not going to give it to her. We're not going to give it to her, because that's not what we want to see in superhero films. That is not what we want to see in superhero films. That's not why I go to the theater. That's not why I watch, superheroes on TV, to see some average person trying to be a superhero. We can see that if we want to. I mean, go to cons all the time. We could see the average person portraying a superhero, but that's not what filmmakers want. That's not what sells, and that's not what she's thinking about. She's just thinking about herself.
I just saw, I agree. John Macy says, Mary preaching in her dying breaths. Isn't that the truth, Mary? Mary, you don't know this, but Mary in the private chat, right when you said that, pretty much is like, guys, that just tapped me out there.
Poor girl. All right, let's catch up with these super chats here, unless anybody else had anything to add to that.
No, we're good.
Sorry, I might have gone a little hard.
Yeah,
it's all right. Just take a break there, and we'll let the other ladies handle the super chats here.
Professor Gray, is that where we're at? I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, I remember Unrelenting 1 with the Ray series starring Brie Larson. Am I right? Yeah, Professor Gray for $2. When do we stop getting stupid fiction? I don't know. when someone decides to have a little creativity and create something worthwhile to listen to and read. It all starts, I think, well, I don't even know. They don't even use the books anymore for source material, so it doesn't even matter. Does it really matter? No. But they need better screenwriters. This is just it's embarrassing. You know, it's embarrassing. Steph, you want to take the next one? Thank you, Professor Gray, for that $2. Appreciate it.
Yes,
But
the unrelenting one with a $1.99 super chat. I pay to watch pretty people. Just like now.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah. That was very nice of you. Thank you. You're making me blush. Appreciate that. The unrelenting one. Next up, we got Trace XL for $10. Translation. I'm tired of all these women that look better than me on screen. It makes me sad and insecure, and I want you to stop casting them. It's called Slim Fast, hun. Get you some. Right? Quit criticizing the people that are actually getting success, under their belt being on screen because you're pissed that you don't have that same opportunity for whatever reason, and you're writing for the Mary Sue. So, check yourself. Next up, Steph, you want to grab that one?
Yeah. From Larry with a $2 super chat. Love this panel. Great ladies.
Oh, you guys are just oozing with the compliments tonight. Thank y'all. Love that. So sweet. All right. Well, I think that is our last super chat for the evening.
You got one more that just come in here.
Another one? Oh, fantastic.
Let me get it up here.
Oh, I see it. $5.
John Beck.
The John Beck. Super means super, which they don't get. Sorry if this is a I agree.
Oh,
I agree.
yeah.
Super. I mean, that's what I was like. Wouldn't it be
I don't want to
funny
see average heroes.
if you had someone the opposite spectrum, morbidly obese, turning into She-Hulk or something, then hey, that might be an interesting storyline. But the other way, I don't know. It's just it doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. But anyway, yeah. So, guys, Tom, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, other than go ahead and check out the link in the description if you want one of those hot toxic femininity t-shirts that the ladies got on there. And we want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. And we want to thank Mary for sticking it out, even though she feels like the living dead, I'm sure.
The real MVP.
And coming in clutch at the last minute here, we got Caffeinated Comic Books with $2. Everyone killed it. Skipped EBS's stream for it. Well, thank you so much for watching Caffeinated Comic Books, and everybody else in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button. Show the ladies some love. We appreciate it. Again, if you want one of those hot t-shirts, just follow the link in the chat, and I'll throw it in the chat here. When I say it, I should have it up and ready, but I didn't.
That's okay.
Here we go. All right. So here's the link. It's also in the description. Check that out, and also throw the ladies' links up as they explain their channels on the way out the door, starting with Steph. Thanks for joining us tonight, Steph, by the way.
Thank you very much. I really love being on Toxic Femininity. My name is Stephanie, and this is My Nerdy Home. You can catch me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all at the same handle, My Nerdy Home. I'm also on the Drunk 3PO channel. I do throw up some content there every once in a while. I haven't really been doing it much lately, but we're going to be starting to post a lot more on his channel with him being out of town. So, yeah, you can catch me on the Drunk 3PO channel as well.
All right. Candy, why don't you tell the folks out there where they can find you?
Hey guys, I am Candace, aka Geeky Candy. You can find me here every Monday night, or sometimes you can find me over at Friday Night Tights with Gary on his streams. I'm also with Geeks and Gamers, dropping videos there, and Park Hoppin' with Jay as well. And I'm going to be dropping a video tomorrow updating a lot of new stuff about The Mandalorian. So be sure to check out my channel. I do a lot of updating on Twitter as well. You can find me at Geeky Candy. Also have an Instagram and a Facebook. So I'm all over the place, guys. You can find me anywhere. Come chat.
All right, and last but definitely not least, our hostess with the mostest, Mary Mayhem. If you can muster up enough energy to tell the folks out there where they can find you.
Yes. Hi, guys. I am Mary B.
Like, I'll do it for you. I know it by heart.
Do it.
I say, and you lip sync it, Mary.
No,
yeah, there you go.
Okay. Mistress
Go
of
for
Mayhem. No, I can't do it as good as you, but I would do it, but I don't want to do it bad.
Okay, let's do this. Hi guys, I'm Mary B. I am the Mistress of Mayhem, disruptor of the narrative, and official Wham card holder. If I go wrong the channel, Mary Mayhem, where it's more fun using this stuff.
Poor Mary.
Oh, Mary.
Y'all, she literally gave her dying breath here for you.
Yes,
The
she
proper
did.
channel.
She gave it her all, guys. So make sure you get over there and show Mary some love, and make sure you subscribe.
We love
Hit that like
You're
button.
awesome, Mary.
All the love in the world to Mary, of course, and to all the ladies, and all of you out there in the chat. Thank you once again for joining us here on another Toxic Femininity.
Proving that the Fandom Menace isn't just a bunch of toxic males. It's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge, with a Laura OG Star Wars girl, Geeky Candy, and your hostess with the mostest, Mary Mayhem.